Hello everybody and welcome back to Wolfeei But More. Today is actually a VOD portion of us reacting to the MCC teams for MCC Double Date, the first day of the teams, of course. Before we get into that, I want to talk about these teams and how we're going to handle things regarding MCC teams going forward. The full team recap, the way that you're used to it, will be posted on Wolfeei Extras tomorrow. After the full set of teams has been announced, we'll do a full team recap in the classic style like you're used to. Instead, now, what I'll also try to do is I'll try to get the VOD portions of the actual streams where we do these MCC team reactions on YouTube. So this is an example of that. I just wanted to talk about this in advance because I think there's a lot of fun stuff to be seen and savored on this channel regarding how these streams go. Because if you haven't been to one of these streams before, they're really fun. We're just bantering with a chat full of like 300 to 400 people, just bantering back and forth for who may be on certain teams, and you'll just see me being a bit of a goofball thrown into the mix. Anyways, get ready for the MCC team reactions day 1. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, they do have it as duos. This makes sense. This makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty low comp, no? Wait a minute. That's pretty low comp. It's not like super low comp, but it's not a strong team. Wolfeei and Ish is not the duo I expected. I assume Wolfeei and Ish is a type of duo where like they didn't have a specific person where they were like, we are for sure teaming up, but they know each other quite well, so it makes sense. Yeah, Wolfei's the top frag of this team, yes. Cool. Cool. F with that. Smager 1095. Cam Bam 010, I think is Cam's username, right? Okay. What if we locked in and worked? Smager 1095, can we lock in? Thank you. Force of it. And then we have Ish13C, my goat. Okay, so Wolfeei, Scott, Ish, and Cam, I think is the frag order. Probably. Cam got 16th last event. Ah, interesting. Put it in duo. We can do... we can do something else for this one. We can do... this. Or we could actually use terracotta, huh? So this is a duo and this is a duo. But we need blocks for newcomers. If there's less than 2 newcomers on the team, you'll know by default who the other player is. And then we'll just make everything else whatever, right? This. Red variant, we can do that too, that's chill. Well, that will get confusing. If we use colors, it's gonna get confusing, I think. We could also do stone and like a different thing. It doesn't really matter that much. Make the heads face each other sideways. That's a little difficult, but I could technically do that. Actually, wait, wouldn't I just do this? Well, actually, never mind. I'd have to put them out of frag order. Whatever. Yeah, we can just do this. Stone and then... That looks fine. The event is pink themed. Let me just use pink blocks. What if I locked in? Hold on. What if I locked in? There you go. Bang, bang. Isn't it beautiful? That looks like shit. Never mind. Hold on. Yeah, we'll use this. Whatever. Doesn't matter. That works. I can use purple. I like the color of purple. This would look pretty sweet. Hold on. Actually, let's do this. Yep, beautiful. It looks good. All right. Count it. Count it. Yep, count it. I like the look of that. Ender Cup type palette. This is a prediction, totally. This is totally a prediction or something like that. I don't know. Okay. Well, you know, it was going to be one of two. It was going to be one of two options for this first MCC team. It was either going to be the leaked one or the one that was the most guaranteed of all time, being a Scott and Cam. One of those two was going to be in this regardless, right? What was the leak? Feinberg Smallland. Tubbo Tommy? Well, Tubbo Tommy's not leaked. How do Forsey and Ish know each other? They're both prominent Minecraft YouTubers. They crossed paths somewhere. I think Forsey trained Ish in parkour, and then Sandwich Lord did it. We need to check the subreddit for that. Well, the difference is, in Fine and Smant's case, it was Smant saying, oh, by the way, Feinberg asked me for this MCC tournament that's on the 14th. Haha. In sounding like a, hey, by the way, I'm going to be doing this. This happened recently. Hey, this is going to, I'm going to be doing, like, that's what I'm assuming, right? So they signed up together. It's probably happening. It wouldn't make sense for Feinberg and Smollett to be benched unless, one, Scott's petty, which, that could be fun. Or, for some reason, with it, there's no other duo to balance them with, right? Feinberg and Smollett in MCC would be a minimum of, like, 6,000 viewers, probably. For MCC standards, that's very high still. If for any Minecraft event, that's huge. But for MCC, it's still high that it should still get in guaranteed. Pretty much. Like, Feinberg is going to be a top 5 streamer in this event. Yeah, Fine and Smant is very balanceable. Some duos could be higher. Still. Same thing, still. People were saying that Smant also rejected Fine. Really? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Can you hear the plane? I don't know why there's a plane here, but sure. Smant got 20th and 4 kickoff on a 4th place team. Sure, that was a low comp event though. I think. Right? Because that was the Ant team? It's not that low comp. But it was low comp. Okay. Yeah, I'm streaming from inside the Amsterdam airport type shit, totally. Okay. Then, now it's just a matter of guessing duos. We can look on Reddit for people's, like, predictions and see if there's a duo we like. I did see this post. What an interesting team. Nope, this is all women MCC. Okay, I think having 3 is fine. Abo Cherry would make sense. I think with them also being in Bannerfall, I feel like that's a relatively likely. I would honestly say that's like a likely duo to be in this event. Choo choo train is riding. I don't really know who to expect for Orange. I kind of feel like when you have a gimmick like this, it kind of makes team predictions harder because you have to apply certain rules, right? It kind of makes things a little tricky. Like, I don't even know what to, like, where to put certain people, because you kind of know that certain, like, Kara and Jordan is gonna be a team, obviously. They're gonna be in this event as a duo, but which color are they gonna be on? I don't know. Like, oh, could be anywhere. Kara, Jordan, Pete, Gumi is so going to be a team. That feels pretty strong, no? I guess Pete can have a stronger team. That's chill. Okay, and then what do we have here? This was a... I see, interesting. I could see a Joel and Jimmy. Actually, I could... Yeah, that actually would make sense, huh? Joel and Jimmy would make sense. I don't want that after MCC mashup. Fair enough. I'ma say that we go for I think an Ant Velvet duo would make sense, and then we have to make a team with Ant and Velvet. Oh, Ant Frost. Or is there like a color they haven't been on? Maybe. Is there a color they haven't been on? I don't know if Scott pays attention to colors, but... is Velvet's name just this? Yes, it is. Velvet's probably third frag. And who this is what I'm saying is difficult with team predictions. It's easier to get things right because there's a gimmick, but it's harder to actually make a prediction because I have to now think of a specific duo that fits this team. I think Ollie and L makes sense. Ollie and L would be fun. That'd be fun. Is Ollie's username Orion Sound or the Orion Sound? I feel like I ask this every single time. Okay, it's Orion Sound. Soup for Eloise. Bing, bing. This would be fun. I like this team. That's cool. I can't wait to see the skin artists cook. I hope that a lot of the skins are just gonna be like the what's it called? Hold on. The pink team from Twitch Rivals NA last or 2024. I don't know if it'll be on here. This one? MCC Twitch Rivals San Diego 2024 Pink Parrots. Let's see if that results in anything. Do we get any images from them? Man. Nothing. Hey, me! Yeah, hey, me! Oh my god, no way. Chilled Chaos wiki page? Okay, gotcha. Holy! Dude, this guy's awesome. This guy's sick. Former competitor? Is Chilled confirmed not playing again? Man. Man, I like seeing this guy. Oh, he accidentally signed up. I see. I see. But yeah, there was, for anyone who doesn't know, in this MCC, the pink team did a gender swap, like IRL outfit thing, where Chilled and Shane were wearing maid outfits, and Elena and Shelby were in like suits. It was really cool. It was really funny. So that'd be a fun little gimmick. Okay, let me refresh this so it's up there. Bing. All right. It was like, we're doing one at TwitchCon who's interested, but she'll misread the message. Interesting. Interesting. Players should swap skins. That could be fun. That could be fun. I think it'd be cool if people had skins based on each other or something like that. Oh! What? Interesting. Okay. Also, interesting. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Right. Okay. Cookie being back makes sense. Cookie being back 100% makes sense. For anyone who doesn't know, Cookie's been streaming a lot. Hey, Cookie God. Cookie recently face revealed, and he's been streaming a lot, as you can see. So it makes a lot of sense for him to, like, be in this, 100%. Like, this guy's been super active. I didn't think that Cookie would be in this event because I didn't know who he would be teamed up with. But yeah. Amy being with Michaela, interesting. That is very interesting. Cool though. I do like seeing that. I honestly expected Amy and Gucky to be a duo and then Michaela to be teamed with Lexi. That was my expectation. And I thought Michaela and Lexi would be paired up with Shane and Haley. That was my prediction. But clearly that's not how it works. Isn't this much stronger than red? Eh. Cookie has played one MCC and he did pretty bad. Not gonna lie. Cookie played one time and he did not do that well. Now in Block Wars, Cookie's done a lot better. Yeah, he played in MCC Halloween 2024 on this team. He bottom fragged in 20th. So it might be duos. I think it's fine to say this now. Yes, people had to sign up with a duo. Otherwise they can't get in. That's the premise of this entire event. You have to sign up with a duo. We didn't get in. Scott said we were too strong. Yep. Scott actually said, I hate Ghosty Fruit and Fire Breath Man. We're kicking Fire Breath Man so we can invite in Fume. Ghosty Fruit is going to be balanced as Feinberg for the remainder of 2026. And also, I'm bombing your house in 2027 in a video game. So that's what he said, actually. And I saw the screenshot. But it's since been deleted, and I can't show it. But that's what was said. Yeah, Scott said that Haley should die in a video game, and that she'll never get a good team ever. Yeah. Anyways, W team. We got it wrong again. Who cares? I am happy to see Cookie in though. Cookie's been doing well streaming wise too, so I feel like we can see Cookie play in events a lot more actively as well, which is interesting. Is Michaela's username still Dark Eyebrows? I think so. Huh. Cool. Cool. Has someone counted how many leaks there have been for this event? There was the small ant one, which was quite a big one that literally leaked that the entire... It not only did it leak that there was going to be an MCC, it also leaked what the MCC was, which is interesting. So that was a big one. Then there was the Tabo one with Tommy, and then there was the Ludwig. I don't think the Ludwig one is really a leak. I mean, it's kind of a leak, but it doesn't really matter. That one isn't really that important. But it is a leak, technically. So there's been 3, right? Ludwig is not playing, no. That's why, like, Ludwig's leak doesn't really matter because he essentially just said, by the way, I was asked to be in this event, but I can't. Because I have a girlfriend. Which I think makes... That's, like, kind of sick. I don't want to give Ludwig too much credit, but that was kind of cool that when he said that. He said, Feinberg, you're a chud. I have a girlfriend. I don't want to play on Valentine's Day with you. That's kind of sick, alright? That's good. Good on him. My girlfriend hosts the Streamer Awards, and you play Minecraft every day. Let that one sink in. Well, not my... Ludwig's girlfriend hosts the Streamer Awards. Was Shimmeryon? Orange. Orange team. Orange team. You think there would be a new player? Yes. Yes. I'm at the airport, so this is my entertainment. Thank you, Haley, for tuning into the stream. I appreciate it. Thank you. I haven't been to an airport in so long. I need to go back to the airport and fly. I wouldn't just pull up to the airport to hang out. I would actually go somewhere. I was not supposed to be at the airport, okay? No, we are... Stop saying that. How many teams have you seen... Wait, what? How can you miss an airport? Dude, the airport's kind of cool, man. Like, the bad thing about an airport is when you are stuck there, but the airport, like, as an environment's kind of cool. It's like, so cool. It's a cool place. You're going to the Netherlands next month? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, airports are fun until you get stuck in the queue. Or until you accidentally had 1 extra gram of weight in your luggage and you get banned or some shit. I don't know. It's never been a problem for me. Should we predict what the yellow team is? Probably a good idea, right? Let's look at the... Let's take notes from the Reddit. Oh my god, flashbang. I do like a Jojo Marissa pull here. That'd be fun. I don't want to, like, repeat the predictions, though. Like, I want to, like, get 10 unique duos on the board today. Like, I think Oppo and Cherry is very likely, but I feel like because of Bannerful SMP, that's a hype team, right? So I feel like they would be on a hype color, not on yellow. But I don't know. Me, Grian, Jimmy, and Joel. Between Grian, Jimmy, and Joel, who would I have been Valentine's duoed up with? That's an interesting... Grian, I don't know Grian. Jimmy, I guess. I know Joel the best out of those 3, but not, like, by much. Jimmy would be funny, though. Hey Jimmy, I've been reacting to the live series and calling you shit at the game every single time. As a joke, of course. Do you want to team up for MCC? Oh, that's good. No, that's good. That's a good bit. It's a good bit, guys. That's good. I like that. Let's go for an Avid prediction. I actually don't mind that. Let's go for Avid. What is Avid's username? Is it Avid YT, right? Or is it Avid MC? Or is it both? It's not that one. Avid MC. Okay. Avid MC underscore. Ah. There we go. What is Marmalade's username? Is it Marmalade but with a 1? Oh, me when I lie. Oh, Marmalade. Me when I'm lying. Me when I'm stupid. My bad. Bang! Oh, they have... Wait, no. I swear Avid used to have these little glasses thingies as well. Who would Avid and Marmalade be teamed up with? Actually, this is a good question. I feel like they would be the 3rd and 4th, right? Of a team. And I feel like the comp is kind of low enough that it wouldn't be like a Shane and Haley if they were to be in. Alright, let's look at Reddit. Shane and Joel. Okay, so we said that Shane and Haley is too strong, and we decided let's make a team that's stronger. Potentially, at least. Potentially. Joel is shit. Okay. I'll allow that message. I don't know why it got blocked, but that's quite funny. Phil and Sneak could be fun. I think. Finance, man, would be kind of a weird, like, vibe-wise combination, but it'd be cool. Fruit and Green would be cool. I feel like Green and Avid would be sick. That'd be sick. How good is Marissa at Minecraft? Wait, would Marissa be balanced? I feel like Marissa's not bad, right? Let's go for that. Does Scott know that Marissa's decent at Minecraft? I don't even know if it makes sense for Marissa to be in, but I'll just send it, whatever. Let's send this. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Is it strong? Eh. It's cool though. Ash and Squirtle, dude, I would love to see Ash and Squirtle in this event. I would also love to see Sleepy and Reno in this event. I don't think Sleepy and Rain are going to get in because I don't think they would actively ask to be in, nor do I think Scott would notice that they should be, not should be in, but that they would be a good candidate, right? But yeah. Seawat, Fbo. Dude, if Fbo and Seawat are in this event, I'm going to freak out. Janet and Steve might be in. Janet and Steve would make sense, yeah. They would probably be paired up with a stronger duo, but nothing too crazy. I feel like Fruit and H could be balanced. Fruit and H is weaker than Shane and Haley, right? Like by a little bit? Probably. Will this part be... of the stream be a VOD? Maybe. Korean and Mambo. Ooh. We're coping. Nice. That's good. Pete and Jojo. No, I think Jojo would ask for Marissa. And then if Marissa doesn't end up happening, I don't even know who Jojo would ask for. Pete, I think, would team up with Gumi. Mumbo's in Ecuador climbing shit. That's good. Woogie? Scott does know Woogie. I think that could make sense. But Scott knows Marissa better, I think. So I feel like Marissa, if Marissa, like, were to be allowed to play, which probably, even if it's a one-off. Parrot Weefies. Send it. Send it. That'd be sick. That'd be fire. I'd love that. Oh, Oppo and Cherry could have been on this team, no? Actually, is Oppo and Cherry strong enough compared to Jojo, Marissa? I feel like that could be balanced. It's close, though. Let's not change it, but it could be balanced. I also feel like yeah, Pyro, like both of these duos I feel pretty strongly in favor of, like that they'll probably end up happening. Whether they'll be on the same team is a whole different story. But this would make sense. I also do feel like newcomers are kind of a difficult thing to judge, because how many duos are just kind of going to be made for the sake of trying to get in, and how much room will there be for newcomers? Because like Hannah and Cookie God is like a duo that, like, you know, kind of makes sense, but oh, it's already team time. Hold on. Oh, there you go. We'll see. Hey, yeah, pretty good. Wait, WR. Wait, hold on. WR. Dude, this is sick. Hell yeah. You know, chat, if we just kind of locked in, we could have got 100% right. But we got 50%. Good team, though. This is cool. I like this. I like this. Now, I'm gonna say something that's kind of a leak, but it's fine. I don't think it really matters. Shane said that he saw in the MCC Discord potentially a duo sign up that was quote-unquote worse than Impulse and Skiz. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but like, that's interesting. I don't even know what that means. And I thought that was going to be on his team. I also don't know if that's actually true. I think I might have misunderstood him. I want to be honest. I think he said that he saw different people talk in the chat and said, I think they're going to sign up together. And I was like, that's got to be the team with Shane and Haley, but I don't think this would be the duo he's referring to. Oh, hello. This is super sick, though. I F with this team heavy. Hell yeah. I do think that's interesting. You go to this post, and it's got Ghosty Fruit at the top being like, this is the team I'm watching! And the next of... Oh my god, wait, that's crazy. Oh, Ghosty Fruits can't watch the event. What? Crazy. Unless Haley is gonna do some crazy ass tactics, alright? What if Haley pulls up the POV to cheat? Metagaming, yeah. I mean, I will say, I feel like there's a lot of value to be found in the Stream Snipe metagame Hannah XX Rose MCC POV. Hannah pulls up to MCC with like a billion strategies. So, I feel like, honestly, there's a lot of value in watching her stream while you play. I feel like that's honestly not a bad idea. Can't tell which is better, orange or yellow. Well, the top duo is stronger than the top duo. Yellow's strong duo is better than orange's strong duo, but orange's... Well... No, I think yellow's better than orange. I was gonna say, Michaela Amesy stronger than Avid and Marmalade, but I don't think I would put money on that. I think it's like maybe slightly better, but I wouldn't put my money on it. I think yellow is a bit stronger, yeah. That's cool though. W team. W team. Hey, we got 2 people correct. You love to see it. You love to see it. I feel Shane and Haley's one of the more requested MCC duos, right? This one is long overdue. I feel like that's been one of the more requested Reddit duos, at least. I think Joel and Lizzie is unlikely, but it's not impossible. If it happens, it's on pink. Like, if Joel and Lizzie are in this event together, I think it's almost guaranteed that they're on pink. Joel, Lizzie, Tommy, Tubbo. That might be the absolute best MCC team possible for this event. That might be the best possible team you could get in this event. That would be so funny. I need that. I need that. Hold on. That's the best team ever. It's up there for sure. That would be a generational MCC team. If that ever happened. It's kind of... Well, actually, that's not that bad. It's not strong, but it's not bad. Like, it's not strong, but it's not bad. Like, Joel, Toby, and Tommy are all top half candidates. Lizzie, I think, is actually not that bad either. I think Lizzie will get like 30 to 35. Honestly, that could be decent. But Toby needs like a really good team, right? So, I don't know. I feel like Toby would need like a team that's like actually really good. Okay, so in classic Lime Team fashion, it's going to be the most hyped team of the event. We're putting Feinberg and Smallint on that team. No, we already predicted them. Fuck it. We'll put a different team on there. Who else can you put on there? Who else is hype? Fit MC and Pack. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, let him cook. It's not going to be Tommy and Toby, because wasn't Tommy on Lime recently? No, that was Blue. No, actually, you know what? Let's put them on Lime. F it. Who else is in this event? Green and Scar would be a fun duo. Is that like the duo that you would get Green to like sign up with? Or more so that you would expect him to sign up? You know what I mean. Like Green probably saw the signups and I assume he probably asked someone to duo. I guess it would make sense. Yeah, we can go for a Green and Scar. I would like that. We can go for that. Okay. Did I learn? This is the username, right? Bless. Actually bless. Holy moly. Okay. Green and Scar is like a second frag and like a bottom frag, maybe? It's kind of a weird one. Who would you pair that up with? Trying to think. Hold on. Let's take a look at the options. Oppo and Cherry could make sense. I feel like they would be with like a Martin Rendog type of situation, right? I've seen people throw around that duo. Owen and Beck. No, Owen would Owen? I don't know. I feel like Owen's not someone who would be very like demanding when it comes to MCC like type of combinations or something. Like I don't know if Owen would even think of suggesting to be teamed with his partner. So I don't know. CBK Fulham. I think. Oh, what would Callum ask for? Actually, wait a minute. Callum would probably ask like Ollie. That sounds bad when you say it out loud. How does that sound bad? I think Green and Scar would be balanced with Fine and Smant possibly. Beat and Gumi? Maybe. 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 This is the difficult part. Like, having to figure out which duo you put with a different duo is difficult, man. Oh, but Sneak and Phil? Wait a minute. That'd be sick. That'd be fire. Wait a minute. I would love that. I would love that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dude. But that wouldn't be on Lime, surely. If Scott puts some freak ass, sick ass team like that on Lime, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna actually crash out. I will go non-verbal for at least a minute. That would be... It's so weird. This is a random... what a random team. I think Phil might spend the evening... You know, I forgot that also Sneak Snag is married. Never mind, they're not playing in this event. They're totally not playing in this event. What if it's Pangy and Lukey? Yeah, totally. Totally. This could still be JoJo Marissa as well. I don't know. I don't want to repeat predictions, at least in the single day. I feel like that's boring. I want to throw in different duos. It could also just be this. Huh. It's literally staring us in the face. It's literally just there. It's just right there. Fruit and Zeus could be balanced, maybe, but it's a little repetitive, maybe, to have Fruit and Green on the same team again. Debatably, of course. I don't hate an Oppo Cherry. Let's go for Oppo Cherry. F it. F it. I like. We want to throw it in at some point. Let's throw it in right now. Let's throw it in right now. Green probably outfrags Cherry Fire. This would be fun. Okay. What are the next teams? 4 minutes. Might as well have Ren and Martin. Well, Oppo and Cherry is a bit stronger than Ren and Martin, isn't it? It's about balancing. Prince Zam and the Rapture. That'd be fun. The problem with a duo like that is that neither Prince Zam nor Darapchu is in the default MCC roster, at least as of the most recent MCC, right? So they wouldn't be able to sign up unless one of them was just invited and then asked for the other. Like, that duo just, I don't even think is feasible. Zam and Bentar. I don't know why you underrated Cherry. I didn't. I totally didn't. Also, wait. I forgot that we should mark some of the predictions. Newcomer. And then we have gold for getting this correct. Cool. Only lifesteal duo I think that can happen is Panky and SB. I mean, at this point, yeah, 4C and Hannah already signed up. You got JoJo, Pangy, and SB that are in the MCC roster from Lifesteal SMP, right? So that is probably the extent to which it goes, unless unless you get a mythical For You page pull on the SB737 signup where he asks for clown pairs, and miraculously it's allowed. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Red is 3/4 Bannerfall. Yeah, everyone but Ish, right? Yeah, makes sense. Ash and Squiddo. Ash and Squiddo would be cool, but it's the same issue as Zam and the Rapture. But yeah. I wouldn't bank on a lifesteal duo. It would be really cool though. But I wouldn't bank on it. Bam, 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 bam. Ash and Squiddo is more likely. Ash and Squiddo makes the more... Okay, Ash and Squiddo makes more sense as a duo. But in terms of being likely to join MCC, I feel like it's lower. Right, it's less likely. Beep, beep, beep. Makes sense, yep. Cool team, makes sense. Yeah, Ant and Velvet we predicted, of course. That makes a lot of sense. And Drift and Shelby I did see in a lot of people's predictions. I'm not that familiar with Drift, so I didn't know that Shelby and Drift was like a to-be-expected duo to be in this event prior to people predicting them a lot. But that's cool. Hey, Ant. Velvet back as well. Yeah, Velvet we pretty much only see in Pride nowadays, so it's cool to see Velvet in a non-Pride event. Hell yeah. W. Close enough. Welcome back, Vampires SMP. I made him duo with me. All right. Fair enough. That does mean we got to duo correct, but not on the same team. Bing, bing. And then we have to... Oh, hello. We all have to get Shelby and Drift as well. I'm honestly surprised that this is a... Well, not okay. I'm not surprised necessarily that this is a low comp event. But... Well, I kind of am. I'm like, when it came to duos, I kind of expected it to be low comp initially, but then when you consider what about Shane and Ghosty, what about etc., right? That's when I was thinking about like, okay, well maybe they have to make it higher comp. But no, they managed to make it low comp. They managed. And there's one more team. There's green today, and then that'll be it for today. Is yellow not insane in comparison? Yes, however, it depends on the games as well. The thing with Shane and Haley as a duo is that they are like stand out very good mechanically as a duo, right? Like they are most certainly out there in terms of a mechanical skill duo. And honestly, even when it comes to team games, they're going to be good. But it's also MCC, so you never know. What does purple and stone mean? I just made two easily distinguishable blocks to see which people duo together. And I'm just alternating them to make it more easy to see visuals. Odds of purpled Wally Bear, 0. I don't think Wally would necessarily want to. Marmalade's never played an MCC, to be fair. Yeah, but even then, even if you assume Marmalade is a guaranteed 40th... Okay, if Marmalade were to be a guaranteed 40th player, it does change things a little bit. But if you're assuming they'll get 40th, which I don't know if that should be an assumption, you still have Shane, who so far is guaranteed top 2. And Haley, who so far is guaranteed top 10. Right. Maybe not guaranteed, but highly likely top 10, at least. So yeah. And then Avid's not bad. Avid will get like 25th to 30th. Probably. We all know who's getting first if he's in it. What, Feinberg? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think with how these teams have been played out so far, Fine and Smant, if they're in, are not going to get that good of a duo, probably, to finish off the team. I really don't think they would get that strong of a duo. I think they would probably get like a Hermit duo, which could be like a False Cobb or something like that. I don't know. Never underestimating a Hannah team again after the last MCC. I mean, False Cup's not that bad. I didn't say that they were bad. I just mentioned they're probably going to get a Hermit duo. Keep in mind, Fine and Smant. Fine's really good. Smant shouldn't be a second frag. Typically. That's why I said they'll probably get a duo like False and Cub, who also don't have a second frag between the both of them. So it's probably going to be Fine, 2 third frags, and a bottom frag, is my assumption. Yeah, False Ren would be more balanced. That's just the first Hermit duo I could think of. No, what's it called? Hannah's last team is kind of crazy when you look back at it. Not like crazy OP necessarily, but it had, and still, well, prior to the event taking place, there was so much potential on the table. It was just a matter of them realizing it, and they very much did. They very much did. Hannah getting first is very impressive, and Pangy getting second is very impressive as well. I will say that. If Tina's there, will she be paired up with Foolish? The problem with a duo like Tina and Foolish is that I don't think either of them is signing up solo, so they wouldn't ask each other. That's the main problem. I think. I mean, they could be in, I just wouldn't expect them to. That's the same reason I think a Janet and Steve duo is less likely. I don't know if either of them is signing up by themselves. I don't think so. They'll sign up, or they'll play an MCC if they're asked to, play with someone else. But I don't think that they're going to sign up by themselves. Like, I honestly would have expected a Hannah and Tina duo more than a Hannah and Cookie duo. I think that would have made a lot of sense. What's the point of the duo? It's a gimmick, yeah. The event's called Double Date. So it's 2 duos paired up together. That's why we have them marked as Purple and Endstone. Purple and Endstone, rather. Is there any teams where one duo somewhat helped make the other duo? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's just duos teaming up with each other. I think that's also why the event's low comp, and I already mentioned this in the past. The way this event's gonna work sign-up wise, right? Usually for MCC, I'm gonna just kind of eyeball it. It's not low comp, this is low comp. It's low comp. For like a regular MCC, I think this is low comp. Maybe you could argue mid comp, but even that, I feel like mid comp would be like normal for MCC. This is below average for MCC, so it's low comp. Regardless, I mentioned this a while ago. For a regular MCC, if you have to eyeball it, let me go like this. Hello. If you have to eyeball it, you'll probably get roughly 50 signups, maybe a little less. I don't think the bench for MCC for like most events is more than 10. If I had to guess, it could be more, it could be less. I don't know, but roughly 50 signups, probably right. Those are mostly 50 individual people signing up to play. The gimmick for this event is that you have to sign up with a duo, right? You have to have a duo to sign up for this event, otherwise you're not getting in. Which means that if you have usually about 50 people that see these signups and want to sign up for this event, they now have to pair up with someone else to play. It's not going to be 50 people that get 50 other people to sign up. It's not 100 signups, but the sign up number is probably closer to 60 or 70, right? Because a lot of those people are going to overlap. A lot of people within that pool of 50 will want to sign up with each other. But some people, like Ant just mentioned, are going to reach out further, right, beyond the regular signups and decide, hey, maybe if you're Ant, I want to pair up with Velvet, or maybe if you're, I guess, well, even in Avid's case, right, get a newcomer. You get a lot more people to sign up than usual, which also means that when it comes to team making, there's a lot of options. It's going to be a lot more, it's a lot wider net to cast from. So yeah. Scott said MCC 30 had only like 2 subs, which is crazy considering how strong the event was. The event was strong because of there being a lack of signups, I think. Is how I would assume it goes, at least. Most Minecraft events are going to have, in most cases, a lot of the good players are going to sign up pretty much no matter what, and it's mostly the lower skill people that you'll see not sign up as often, which is natural. So if an MCC gets like 42 signups, like you mentioned, it's mostly going to be the good players that signed up and not the bad ones. So you're going to naturally get higher comp teams because of that. This has happened in Block Wars in the past as well. It's not as much a problem nowadays because the Block Wars roster is so much bigger, but when it was early into like Block Wars being a split event, right, with there being a content creator event, you had a lot of really strong teams because we just didn't have enough people to pull from. Imagine they had a 4th frag sub out on a strong duo team and they only have 1st frags. That's where Scott would reach out to someone beyond the available substitutes. Right? That's how Michaela got in MCC initially, right? I think AimZ subbed out like last minute and there wasn't an available substitute of roughly the same skill level, so Michaela subbed in. As a newcomer, technically. What happens if people need to sub here? No clue. I assume they're not going to force a duo to sub out. It does kind of ruin the gimmick a little bit, but it's fine. They'll just get a different person, probably. 4C posted a screenshot of Is messaging him back in December. What, posted where? Twitter? Ah, I mean, that kind of does reveal that there's more of what's it called? More of a window of when this would happen. It would make sense for them to know pretty early on that this was going to happen, right? So that's cool. That's cool. Okay, let's make a prediction. Oh, did I just close Minecraft? No, I didn't. Who have we not predicted yet that would make sense to predict? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We already did Oppo Cherry and all them. Pyro Maddie we haven't done yet. F it. I don't think they'll be on green, but they could be, so you never know. Owen Luan. Okay, what's Luan? Valentine, right? So Owen's juice. What the hell is going on there? All right. Lemon-thine, something like that. What's their username? He's a lion. Cool. Let me see if there's a more recent Owen's juice. That makes a bit more sense to pull. There we go. Owen's juice. Luan underscore. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Luan underscore. Done. Bang. Cool. Hot take. Pyro top frags. I don't know how good Luan is at Minecraft, but I'm going to assume that's probably about right. Owen has been insane recently, actually. I did not know that. Was Owen? Oh, Owen was in this event, yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Maybe I'm tripping. Oh, oh, interesting. Okay, maybe I retract my statement. Sorry, Pyro. I fear we're not gonna put you in the top frag position. Wow. His IGLing in Copper Crown was insane. Yeah, I did see Owen do really well as an IGL in the event. That was good. I really like seeing people be good team leaders. I think I'm generally a pretty good team leader, or like a team player, right? So I really appreciate it when other people are good at it. It's just, I don't know, naturally. All right. The final team for today is going to be entering soon. Let's see who it will be. I feel like it's maybe Bannerfall-esque, but we'll have to wait and see. I remember Chaos saying, "You're the worst IGL." That's just so not true. This makes sense. And that also deconfirms Tommy and Toby. Cool. Yeah, this makes sense. Callum and Toby does make sense as a combo, huh? Yeah. That does make sense. No, Tommy. I mean, it was to be expected because they asked yesterday, right? They asked like yesterday. Like these teams have been confirmed. We know that these teams have been confirmed for like a week. So yeah. This is disgusting. It's really good. Tubbo needs a win. Kara needs a win, right? I guess it makes sense. It's a fun team, though. I really like this. It's cool. Cool team. We should have predicted Jordan and Kara. This made way more sense to predict. Captain Sparkles. We were thinking too niche when the obvious is right there. Can I type? Holy moly, I suck. Sorry. CPK. Tubbo on green again. Yeah, I feel like Toby's also been like attached to a certain color now. He used to be pink and now he's green. This is pretty good as a team. I wouldn't say it's like that OP, but it's pretty good. I love teams like that. Yeah, I do like teams that don't really have a distinct top frag. Callum is, I mean, Callum's a distinct top frag, but not because he's like insane at the game, but he's just the best player on the team. But yeah. Kara bottom frag is very good, yes. Kara is better than most of the third frags, I think, so far. Yeah, or at least close. Kara is about even to pretty much every third frag so far. And then Jordan is way better. Well, Jordan is confidently the best third frag so far. Toby, I would say, is like mid-tier for the second frags, and Callum's the worst top frag. Right, so. But this is cool. We did not get a single Hermitcraft member, right? Am I tripping? I don't think we did. No, we did not. Interesting. No Hermits so far. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. It's notable when there's a lack of or a lot of Hermits because they're just the most prominent group in MCC, I think. And I think most people would agree with that. Right? I feel like Hermitcraft are the leading audience of MCC for the most part, I would say. So. 5 Hermits in the next 3 teams? Possibly. I mean, what are your Hermit duos that you would get? Let's grab this this thing. This might take a little bit. Ant was there, Amy there, Jordan here, Michaela here, Hannah, Cookie somewhere down here. There you go. Bang. Jim, Pearl, False, Ren, Green, Scar. Okay. Now consider that in order for a duo to happen, one of the members has to sign up essentially by themselves usually, right? Pretty much. It's not necessarily guaranteed to have to work like that, but it's pretty much like that. I think I messed up one of the colors. No, this was correct. Never mind. Drift would go here. Velvets is there. There you go. Like, yeah, Pearl and Gem, I would say, is unlikely unless Gem signed up by herself naturally for this event, which I don't think is likely nowadays. I feel like Gem is... I mean, maybe. It depends on the event. So, yeah. So that's the main thing I'm thinking of when it comes to Hermits. Is like, I think Cub and False will be in this event. Whether they're a duo or whether they sign up separately doesn't really matter. I also have to add Marmalade to this tier list. I should realize that. What is Marmalade's... do they have a Twitter? Marmalade. Ah, found him. There you go. Let me get their thingy added to my list. MCC players. Marmalade. Okay, they'll be added. 1 second. Where's Marmalade? Hello? I'm blind. Alright, there you go. Bang! Cool. Here are the teams for the event so far. Ignore this. I would say when it comes to Hermits, Scar signs up usually, Grian signs up usually. I would say Impulse signs up usually, but Impulse is confirmed not to be in this event. I could see Jimmy signing up with a Hermit. I know he's not a Hermit himself, but he would sign up with a Hermit, probably. Cub, of course, yes. False, I would say Rendog would be someone who's asked by another Hermit, but I don't think Ren would sign up himself. X, same thing, would maybe be asked by another Hermit. Cleo, asked by another Hermit. Martin could ask, yeah, like Rendog, for example, right, to team up together. But Martin also maybe wouldn't play during Valentine's Day, right? So yeah. And then what other Hermits are there? Like Jevin, maybe? But like who would Jevin sign up with? And then you have like B-dubs wouldn't play, I think. Tango, if there's like a really solid duo for Tango, maybe, but I wouldn't expect Tango to be in this event. Because that would have to be like Etho, right? And like I don't think that's happening. Yeah, Jim and Pearl, of course. Tango, Jimmy. But do you... The thing is, right, if you're Jimmy, if you're Solidarity Gaming, and you want to sign up for this event, who are you asking to be your duo? Joel? Ollie, Callum. Like, I feel like there's so many more options before Jimmy would get to Tango. I understand it could be a really hype duo, but keep in mind that, like, from their POV, they might ask other people first. And then they'll ask another person first, and then another. Like, the list goes down. Everyone else is taken. You're so right. Yeah, Jimmy actually messaged me, and he was like, dude, I'm desperate. I need a duo. I asked 20 people, and they all said no. Please, Wolfie, please. And I said, nah, I don't like you. So, no, I'm kidding. I would love to team with Jimmy. I think that'd be fun. That'd be a really interesting dynamic. I think that'd be really cool. I feel like... No, actually. I was going to say Phil, but Phil wouldn't play because of Valentine's. Actually, let's make a list for that. Like, who would you probably not see because of Valentine's Day? Like, we're assuming no Joel. We're assuming no Lizzie. Where the hell is Lizzie? There we go. No Lizzie. We know Ludwig's not in. We're going to now assume no Tommy. Unless Tommy's teamed up with Average Harry for some reason, which probably not going to happen. Actually, let's just say definitely not. I'm going to assume no Sneak, no Phil, because Valentine's. I could see Ollie and Elle not signing up for this event either. Oh yeah, Imp and Skiz are already confirmed out. Sorry, yeah, should have started with that. Like, I could see Ollie and Elle not signing up for this event. The married list, yeah. Totally. So yeah. Not Martin. Yeah, Martin, I said I feel like there's a chance that they wouldn't. So yeah. Pyro Maddie is a interesting one because for Pyro and Maddie, by the time the event takes place, it's no longer Valentine's Day. So they would probably play. For them, it's going to be February 15th. So they can play. That's fine. I would say that they're very likely even to be in. Honestly. Probably. Jeremy and Link would be good. It'd be cool, but neither of them is in the base MCC roster. Like, neither of them, I think, can sign up regularly. So I feel like they're not going to be in. Squad on Ash would be cool, but same thing. They're not in the base MCC roster. Sleepy, dude. Sleepy Rain would be so sick, but again, they're not in the base MCC roster. That's the difficult part. And I think one of the main things to consider is those, like, one-offs. Like, how many people, if we go back to in-game, like, when it comes to these duos, of course, like, Scott and Cam makes sense. Shane and Haley was going to happen. Avid and Marmalade was going to happen. I think the duos online were going to happen. I think at least Jordan and Kara was guaranteed. And, like, maybe... Like, the other ones, like, make sense, right? Callum and Toby are good friends. Sure, makes sense. Amy Michaela, sure, makes sense. Hannah and Cookie, to me, kind of feels like a situation... Two scenarios. One, Hannah didn't know who to duo with and just kind of asked around. Or Cookie signed up and was like, who would be funny to duo with Hannah? Because that would be funny. I know Cookie a little bit. That would be funny from Cookie's POV. He totally would do that. He'd be like, that'd be funny. So then they're teamed. And then with 4C-ish, it kind of makes sense, right? They're kind of a duo. Yeah, but emphasis on kind of, right? It looks, kind of. You have to factor that in for a lot of the remaining potential combos. Some of the duos that you'll see in this event might not be the, oh, of course type of duos. They might be kind of like, oh, it kind of works. And with predictions, I feel like a lot of people are going to end up going for the ones that are like the most eureka, of course moments, right? Of course, Oppo and Cherry. Of course, Pyro and Maddie. Of course, these. But there's going to be probably someone who gets in with a duo that kind of is like, sure, I guess. I can't think of an example, but there's probably going to be an example. Like, you could see H-Bomb and Green, which, like, sure, right? But it's not like of course that was going to be a duo. It's just like yeah, sure, I guess, right? That's an example I have in my mind of, like, that could maybe be a team. So, yeah. Keep that in mind for the remaining teams. Green and Fruit feel like an I guess. I would say Green and Fruit on paper make a lot of sense, but they just teamed together and won, so I don't think they're going to play again. I think that's a little repetitive, so I don't think they would do it. Now, I don't know who Fruit would duo with otherwise, but yeah. I don't think Fruit's playing. Yeah, I wouldn't bank on Fruit playing. I could see Purple being in with Foolish. That kind of makes sense. But I wouldn't bank on it. I really wouldn't bank on it. Five up SK team directly after winning. Not directly, but it wasn't that long after. Who is this person? Oh, interesting. I shouldn't look at this on stream because I might accidentally leak. Was both special events? Yeah. The thing with 5-Up and SK teaming was more because of the available options in said event. Like, MCC Twitch Rivals rosters are kind of odd, but in, like, a good way. You have to look at, like, the rest of the roster and make it make sense. What was it? Copper Crown? Like, you have to look at this roster and be like, all right, well, if 5-Up, like, SK and Fan is a guaranteed duo. The one person in this entire roster that by far makes the most sense to be teamed with SK and Fan is 5-Up. Arguably, you could say, okay, Sleepy, but Sleepy might have been paired up with Abe, right? Like, that, you know, you never know. Because they're very good friends. I will say putting Forsey on that team is an interesting choice. I think he fits very fine. I've spoken to Forsey, and from Forsey's POV, like, that was a very fun experience. It was a bit odd initially to be on that team, but it's a very fun. It worked really well. But yeah, you're a bit restricted with your options here. Now, what we do know is that Forsey was probably the last invite for this event. You could have totally put Masayoshi on purple and then put a different person on orange, and it would have been fine, but whatever. Like, that's not that big of a deal. Because John on purple, I think, would have made that team still pretty good, but not broken. It would have been just, it would have competed. Whereas with Forsey, the team is busted. And then orange team was busted on paper, but if you put a different person there, it wouldn't be busted on paper. This team got, like, third or something, right? So that's whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, they got third. Dude. I've seen people talk about, like, underrated teams, whatever. This Cyan team working out, like, pretty well is so sick. Like, them getting, like, fifth, like, being able to compete, and, like, from what I recall, they had pretty, like, fun time, like, a pretty good time. Is cool. Because Jordan and Pete is, like, a super staple MCC combo, right? Like, they've teamed so many times, they've been in the event for so long. And then Saikuno and Tina are, like, guest appearances, and you wouldn't really put them on a team with Pizza Hut and Captain Sparkles. Like, that doesn't really make that much sense. Saikuno does know both of them a decent bit, and Tina will be familiar with the both of them, but, like, it's not, like, a straightforward combo, but it worked really well. Like, I really like this as a combo. I think it's really cool. Like, if I had to rank this event's teams in terms of like favorite to least favorite, I wouldn't say what my least favorites are. Um, but like cyan and pink are the top two for sure. I think from like a standpoint of just team making, like those are the top two. And then it's green and orange, or yeah, green and orange compete for third. And then like after that, I don't know. Probably I like Aqua. I think Aqua's a really cool team. But yeah, whatever. Regardless, tomorrow we'll get the remainder of the teams for this event. So far, it's about as expected. There have been some curveballs. Like Hannah and Cookie God is a bit of a curveball. But everything else has made sense so far, right? Curious to see what we get tomorrow, honestly. Finance Mant is highly likely to be a duo for this event. Whether they'll be on a hype color is to be seen. It doesn't really matter anyways. Let's just put them on like purple. Who gives a shit? Um, and beyond that, yeah, we'll see hermits maybe. I really think we'll see some hermits. I don't know who, but we'll see like Scar with someone, and we'll see like Green with someone, like, and False and whatever. Right? Like we'll see some hermits. I just don't know what they're gonna have team wise. Smant didn't confirm, and some people did say Smant rejected. Fair enough. I don't really know who Fine would duo with as a third option. That is interesting. Korean's married. I feel like he didn't sign up. That's a good point. Good point. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll opt for that, and then we'll say Finance Mant. We'll put on the board. Anyways, that's all, folks. that's all, folks. I think Pete and Gumi is likely. Owen with Luann would make sense. I think Ollie and Elle would probably not play. They're not deconfirmed, but I don't think. And then JoJo with Marissa would make sense. But I also don't know if every one of those requests would come to fruition in terms of getting to play. Because they are all newcomers who are potentially one-off players, right? So take that into consideration. All right.